death across the other world that are experiencing their ghost. It's like a ghost manufacturing plant, you know. It was really weird. We walked away with some incredible friggin' findings. It was amazing. So yeah, thanks for that recommendation. It was a
no problem.
badass location. Yeah,
it is, and I'm glad that you were able to experience it, because I travel a lot and I just fall upon places, and I went by myself there. There was an open group, and I had so much activity, I couldn't believe it. I actually did have an attack, the girl next to me, and I thought, okay, well, you know, I had almost everything that can happen just from that one investigation. So I had to go back. And the second time it was even crazier. And I really have contemplated if I'll ever go back a third time. People are trying to get me to. But the third time was pretty bad. Pretty bad. And I mean, we look for these places. We're kind of crazy for this stuff. But it's an amazing place, and the people are probably wondering, like, well, why are there like 50 people there? It's a split hospital, and as soon as those people find another location, the place will be sold, and they'll have the whole location. But you never interact. You guys were lucky to get over there and be able to talk with the nurses and see that area, because most people don't get to see it. But you know, if this side has such activity, the other side's going to have it too. So I can't wait to see the episode.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you going to answer Maury?
No, I just, no, I wasn't. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
No, I mean, that way. I mean,
no, he was.
We're getting a lot of questions about, will you come to Santa Clarita? Will you come to Charleston? Aside from referrals from people you know, how else do you guys get your locations and your destinations?
They're abundance. You know, we have a researcher who researches all that stuff, and you know, every day I log onto my Facebook and I see locations posted on my wall. Little do people know I look at those and send them on, and we book them, you know. But this Friday is a brand new Ghost Adventures episode, and it's one of the most emotionally charged investigations we had. It's at Phillips Follies, which is in Maysville, Kentucky, and it's a slave house. And about 10-15 minutes into the episode, you're going to see one of the most emotional, powerful, moving kind of moments that we've witnessed from somebody that we interview. Something happened down in the basement, and it was unexpected. And it definitely was a moment, and it was definitely a moment that really showed us the pain and stuff from what happened in this basement. It's disgusting what occurred down in here, and we started digging down there. We did a little archaeological dig and found bones and stuff, and we started getting really deep into this. And then the emotions came out with some people that we interviewed, you'll see. And it was pretty amazing. It was pretty amazing. So make sure you watch it this Friday. And the new show's coming up in June, so you guys got to check that out too.
The show. What about it?
Yeah, tell us about it.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm super excited. It's called Paranormal Challenge, and I've always wanted to, within the Ghost Adventures crew, give these teams a chance to go on in front of the world. And you know, there's so many teams out there that have 10, 20 years experience in these towns, and they all have their own team names, and every city has them. You guys know that. And I just wanted to create a show that gives them the opportunity to go up against each other, show the world their investigative skills, show the world how they investigate. Everybody investigates so differently, and there's no wrong way.
Right.
Who's to say that you're supposed to investigate like this? Anybody that tells you you're supposed to investigate this certain way, blah, 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 you know, we know of ways and things to judge teams on by the way they work as a team, the way that they use the technology, and the way that they use the history. But in terms of the style of investigation, that's the personality you have. That's how you want to communicate with So it's a cool show, man. I'm so freaking excited. It premieres June 17th on Travel Channel, and the teams come in and they do get judged, and I bring in judges that are parapsychologists, scientists, inventors, just very well-known, respected individuals in the paranormal community to come on and bring their knowledge and judge these teams on teamwork, how well they work as a team together. Also on technology, how well they use the equipment that we supply to them. Each team gets the same pieces of equipment when they investigate. They don't use their own. We give them all different pieces of equipment. And how well they use that equipment, they be judged on that. How well they do EVP sessions, whatnot. They also get judged on history. Before they investigate, they get 4 hours to investigate 2 different zones. And before they investigate, we have a local historian that walks them around to the zones that they are going to be investigating and tells them all about the back history of the location, which I think is the most important thing. Before you ever start a paranormal investigation, you need to learn the history. You need to find out who these spirits are. And they are given they are given a walkthrough, and they are told the history. So when they're in there investigating, we've already had teams be in certain cell blocks, and they're getting history wrong. And ultimately, the 4th and 5th categories that they're judged on is audio evidence and visual evidence. And some of the evidence that these teams have been presenting to the judges and myself have been absolutely amazing. And it's a great thing to give these hardworking teams in the community the spotlight, give them the opportunity to build themselves as a team through presenting them worldwide. And it's one hell of a show. Watching the shows already, it's going to be one hell of a show, and we're excited for June 17th for it to premiere.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
Can you tell us?
I've got more questions.
You got more
from the chat room. They want to know: is it safe to taunt or provoke ghosts in your own home? Would you tell somebody that's safe, or should they not do that in their own home?
I say that if you go out to a bar and you take your girlfriend there, and some guy starts disrespecting you and hitting on your girl in front of you, you make the decision. If you taunt that guy, you better know that you're up for risks. You can get into a fist fight, and it can have repercussions. Or you can ignore it and be nice about it and let it go. Same thing, same concept. You know the risks. You do what you want. All right? This is people. You don't taunt. Why do you provoke? I don't care what people say. I really don't. I don't like bullies. I grew up. I was bullied when I was in, very elementary school. I used to face that shit. I stand up to this stuff. I don't like people crying to me and telling me that they're being bullied by dark forces. They can be just as destructive as Big Bruno at the bar that wants to beat the crap out of you. So I stand up to the living and the dead, bullies, whatever. But understand the risks involved. Understand that you can have an attachment. You can have things happen to you. But, hey, this is a part of our life. It's whether or not you want to do that or not. I wouldn't recommend it in your own home. Absolutely not. But that's my recommendation. When I have stuff in my house, which I do, I don't taunt in my own house. I'm just like, all right, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now I got 2 more things to tell you. And this is a plug from our director-producer and also the station owner. Station owner says, Zach, if you ever come to Texas, to Houston, Texas, he's going to treat you right. He knows all the cool places. His name is Pete, and he knows the places. And now our director, I would like sometime, when not right now, obviously, but sometime for you to be able to talk to this guy. He is an inventor. He's an engineer inventor. And he's always talking about this thing. I don't even know what he calls it. Some machine or something. The precipitator or something like that he swears up and down gets the best EVP and interacts and all this capabilities and stuff.
You will use it. If you design it, if anybody designs a piece of equipment and you say that you're getting results from the other side, I would never turn that down. So give me my email address. We'll get it. We'll have Billy, get the equipment. We'll give it a shot. Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Your tattoos. This is coming out of the chat room. How many tattoos do you have? Do they have special meanings or?
I have 5, and then the 3 on my right arm are ones that I got just growing up. But the other 2 have more meaning. The one on my wrist is kind of homage to more of the, I like the worlds of the vampires. I've never seen Twilight. I won't watch Twilight. I'm sorry to offend all the Twilight fans out there, but, I'm into the more, obviously I love Bram Stoker's Dracula because it's based on Vlad, the Impaler. And ever since I was little, for some reason, I've always been so enthused by Vlad and the Impaler in Transylvania. I used to dress up like Dracula as a little kid all the time. It's just been a part of me. So that tattooed is kind of going out to him and that whole mystique of true vampirism, and I love that, and I always have. It's a part of me. I don't go around and wear fangs and dress up all gothic and stuff. You know what I mean? But